Welcome to the Free Cheese episode 292. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Marc Augustiniak.
Hey.
Matt Sellner.
Hello.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games, brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Almost didn't get that one out.
That was like one breath.
Yeah, you know, that's what I do, Mark. I like to breathe. Very little.
I can do that now.
Look at you. Getting better. No more sick style. Feeling better?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
A billion %?
Yeah, I can get oxygen to my head now. It feels good.
I mean, I don't know why you'd want that, but sure, I guess so. Mark, can you breathe?
Yeah.
All right. You guys doing all right? A couple weeks ago, it was even pre-sick. You guys were a little, Last week seemed better. I'm just checking in.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so.
It's almost warm out.
It's this week is a random one. I guess that's the beauty of this state.
Yeah.
You can't expect anything.
No.
You just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
That weather wants to hit you with.
It's gonna snow this week, right?
You know what? I don't see that snowflake anymore.
All right.
I don't.
Give it
Be
time.
fitting because opening day's on Thursday. Not here in Baltimore,
yeah.
but
Looks like everything's going to be 50s. And that's the weather today, folks. Back to you.
There you go.
there's a chance. I think there's been speculation that there might be like a nor'easter or something heading up towards New York for WrestleMania because they're having WrestleMania outside of MetLife Stadium for whatever dumb reason.
Ooh. Well, that'll be something, huh?
Yeah.
Well, how much is a tarp? Like, you just go to Walmart, you get a tarp, put it over top, keep that snow out.
They were saying that Vince McMahon has already planned for the worst. And I think he said that quote, if unless the state of New Jersey shuts down, that show will go on.
Got it. Yep. Fuck everyone.
It's Vince McMahon, dude. He had wrestling shows in Saudi Arabia, right fresh after all that bullshit over there.
Sure. I guess so.
Like 3 weeks after all that happened, all that stuff happened. He was right over there having a show, making that money.
He was there?
I'm sure he was there.
Really?
I'm sure he was there.
I wouldn't expect
Because he's still the executive producer.
Doesn't mean anything.
Man behind a curtain.
Yeah. No, he's like literally like hitting the button. Like he's still in the control room. He's in what they call Gorilla.
Gorilla?
Yeah.
Go on.
Gorilla is the area right before the entrance ramp where you come out. It's like where a wrestler will stand as their entrance is going on.
He'll stand there and whisper things to him?
Probably. And if the camera ever goes back there, you'll see like they'll have like the control room set up all right there. Wow. Mm-hmm.
Old Vinny's back there.
I've heard the reason why it's called Gorilla Position before, and I don't remember why now.
Write in and tell us why it's called Gorilla Style.
You can look it up, I'm sure.
No, I want someone to write in and tell me why. I'm not going to go to Bing for that. I use Bing for classier things than looking up Gorilla Style. Mark, you got a new watch band. Look at that. I like it.
Yeah. Thanks. It's a little too long, I guess.
That's spearmint.
Because I have to use the last notch.
Ah, the last notch.
Like on my wrist, because I have tiny
Gorilla
wrists.
Style.
Or
That's how
Spider
mine
Monkey
goes.
style.
Yeah.
But like it goes like all the way up here.
Mine
Well,
does that too.
don't you have the other size band in there?
Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah, you got a long boy and short boy.
Check
This
the packaging.
this isn't like official.
Oh.
This is like Amazon stuff that was like $7.
Oh.
So it was only the one.
Check the packaging.
It wasn't much.
All right, I don't know. yeah,
Yeah.
that's how mine goes, up there. I had to do that because the smaller one was digging into my wrist.
Yeah, I noticed with the official one, when I put that in every time, it pinches the side of my wrist. I'm like,
Yeah, that's why I had to get the
good
long
morning.
One. Yep. I had to get that long style. Slip it in.
In the coming weeks, I'm gonna have that because they just came out with new colors. I'm gonna get that black and purple, the Ravens band.
It's fucking March. What are
You got
doing?
prep, man.
Oh yeah, you are wearing a Ravens hoodie. You got like 6 months till
It's
football.
because I wouldn't be in my Orioles hoodie because opening day is this week, but I snotted all over the thing all last week, so
that says a whole lot.
I was sick.
They make tissues.
Yeah, but sometimes you're just not in an area with tissues. Like
You get up and go to an area with
Yeah,
tissues.
Just
you bring them back.
sometimes you
by
don't
that
wanna
time for
get
me,
up.
it's like too late. I'm already like, it's like past my mouth. Just that long drip. You know that kid in Wind Waker on the first island has that big snot nose that follows you around. It's really annoying.
Jesus.
I'm like that kid.
And sometimes you get stuck in somewhere like you can't leave that area. Like say for instance, if you're in a call, you just can't leave in the middle of a call.
What if you're driving?
Important
What do you do?
information. Oh, and
You
driving.
reach in your glove box and get the
No, you
napkins
can-
that you put there a week ago.
Nope.
Nah, I got a new car. I don't
You-
keep tissues in there.
I keep napkins in the thing.
Sometimes I forget, just because out of sight, out of mind.
I never put things in that glove box yet.
Sacrifice a wrist.
All right, I guess. I feel like then you perpetuate the sickness. Then you
That's
just got it on you.
Well, you build an immune system.
No, you do that by not washing your hands after you go to the gas station. That's how you build your immune system.
You could just wash it afterwards. When you
Also, I don't think I got sick. I think it was just allergies, honestly.
Yeah, that makes sense. I had a real shitty, what do you call those things? Migraine this week.
I think we all kind of shared that.
I think it was that.
Like alternate days.
Yeah. I think that's the
Mine
pollen.
was that sinus pressure.
Mine was
felt
something
so bad.
something similar when I just woke. I think I just slept weird, so like all
Yeah.
the mucus in my head just shifted to one side, and just it was like whole left side of my face. I just could not.
The human body is a.
If it wasn't a migraine, it probably would have been a stroke.
All right. Well, I've had a lot of dreams lately where I've
Nice.
had strokes or something, or where someone has had a stroke. So that's fun.
Huh.
What did I have the other day? Something happened to me in a dream. Don't remember.
What were you watching?
Oh, you know what? I know what it was now. Thank you for asking.
Ha.
Katie was watching It's Always Sunny, and it was the episode when Dee had a heart attack. And in my dream, there it is. That's exactly
There
what
you
it
go.
was.
Wait, that's the Genghis health insurance episode.
I don't know. I think it's called Sweet Dee Has a Heart Attack.
Yeah, but that's when they all get jobs. Isn't that the whole Pepe Sylvia episode?
No. I think it's the crack episode.
Oh, like the exact opposite.
I think. Yeah.
I thought because the whole reason they got those jobs was for health insurance, which was why Charlie was like, "Don't worry about that. We were fired a week ago."
Right. Well, then we don't have health insurance. I don't remember, but I remember she had a heart attack.
I remember the heart attack, and I think Frank was like, "Oh, I'm not paying for this" or some shit, and that's when everyone was like freaking out.
I can't recall.
That is the one. Yeah, you're right.
I'm good.
What season is this?
4.
I was gonna say, I think
So I've
season
seen it.
4,
I just don't
episode 10.
remember a lot of it.
I mean, obviously, I remember all of the Charlie in the mailroom stuff,
Pepe
but I forgot
Sylvia.
that they were two connected.
Carol.
things. Carol. Have you watched AP Bio? Speaking of Dennis,
No, I've not.
it's pretty good.
All right,
What was the other one I watched? Fuck, I don't
the
remember.
Mick, rip Mick.
Yeah, the Mick was so good.
I know.
It's too good. Fucking Fox.
Goddamn
Or
Tim
should
Allen.
I say Disney? Tim Allen.
I blame that dumb show he's on.
Oh.
Because it got canceled by NBC, and Fox picked it up, even though they put it on Friday night.
Was it House Upgrade? So what it's called?
Home
It's the same.
Upgrade.
It's the same fucking thing though. It's just with girls instead of boys. It's dumb.
All right.
Can't be the same. You don't have the neighbor Wilson.
Last Man Standing. That's the name of that dumb show.
I like Mark's better.
Gotta be close, but not.
Yeah. There's a lot of video game news this week.
Yeah, it's just sporadic.
I was looking through our Slack feed, and holy butts, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. But first, I'm curious, have you guys played any video games this week?
I'm excited to announce I played something other than Auto Chess this week.
We are so excited you can announce that as well.
I mean, let's be real though. I still played a shit ton of Auto Chess, and I will throw out that they did another weekly update. So there was any concern about them not developing the PC version, I'm not that worried anymore.
I heard that, I didn't know this, but I learned this week that Dota, Warcraft 3 Dota, received its updates before Dota 2 received its updates. So as they would get ready to roll out a patch to Dota 2, it would hit Dota in Warcraft 3 first to do the test to make sure everything's cool, and then it would hit Dota 2 within a day or so. So the idea being maybe
Like a test server kind
in
of
similar
thing?
fashion, Dota Auto Chess will continue to get updates.
Well, we don't have the mobile app yet, so.
But I think
going
moving forward, and it seems like they're intending on supporting Dota Auto Chess for as long as possible, too.
I mean, that's where the player base is.
Yeah.
One hell of a player base, too.
Did you play any Super Metroid?
No.
No? All right.
No, I fell off that train. I still haven't beat Halo 2 yet.
Right.
I did get Sekiro
Shadow.
Shadows Die twice. And let me tell you what, those shadows have died a lot more than twice. That is, let's just say it's the Dark Souls of ninja games.
Like I've heard it's very. I know what you're doing. I'm not.
I even put it in my note.
Yeah,
Proceed to look
yep,
at Marc
yep.
in parentheses.
I can see it.
God damn it.
No, I've heard very great things about how brutal it is.
Yeah, it is From Software. So my previous experience with From Software is obviously Bloodborne. And then I did play a couple hours of Demon Souls.
Yeah.
I never played Dark Souls, but I think I got the gist of what Dark Souls is from Demon Souls.
Yeah.
This is a faster style ninja game. Probably not quite as fast as Ninja Gaiden, but getting up towards that kind of speed of combat.
Sure,
I think.
yeah.
Just in that From Software engine. So like the way the way your character moves, it feels like you're moving around in Bloodborne. The way like you can hit obstacles and the way they break and the way the physics are in the world, it feels like a From Software game that you've played in the past. I haven't gotten to that part of the game where like the level design does that thing where it circles around and you're like, oh, aha, I get it. But like I'm opening doors to create shortcuts, which was a very Demon Souls thing in that first couple hours that I played, and that Bloodborne ended up doing at some points as well. I really like it. I've played about 2 to 3 hours of it, somewhere in there. There's a lot more story that they're trying to build with this game. To start off with, there's no character creator. You
Right.
are a specific character. And I gotta say, like, with you just don't die that one time, and it kind of flushes out some story, and then it just kind of is like, all right, well, here's the rest of the game, kind of figure out the lore from yourself. It is trying to build like a story of you trying to save this lord, but he's in prison because they want to try to extract his dragon heritage, which is the mechanic that lets you revive time and time again when you die.
Okay.
And then that was passed down to you because you're I forget what they call it, but like you're his protector. But then like your character also has some kind of amnesia, so he doesn't remember how he quite got to where he was,
Of course.
or the events leading up to him getting captured. And I got far enough along in the game. There's like a main kind of temple you're in, and this guy, he's older. He's the one that built that mechanical arm for you, and he's the one that got kind of going forward will upgrade that arm as you find them.
Yeah, I saw in the footage of that. Yeah, it's just this dude inside like this little like hut, just surrounded by all these like wood carvings that he's done or something.
Yeah,
like that. Like he's just a straight up like gadget toy maker looking dude.
And then this is in that room. There's like this little statue of a Buddha,
Yeah,
and you go up to it, and it's like, oh, you need a certain item to pray to the Buddha. And I think it's even like a small cutscene is like, oh, like, you know, you be careful with that thing. That's no toy or whatever. So I'm kind of progressing along, and I think the first world, or like maybe it's the entire world. Who knows?
First area or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's called like Ashina.
I think so.
So I'm kind of going through there, and I got to like the first boss battle in that area. But before I got there, I ran into 2 NPC characters, and I got this bell, and it said to use it in like the little lore, because it's From Software. It has like the little lore thing, and it said to use it at the Buddha statue. So I went back, and instead of it just kind of going to a different world, it threw me back to 3 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you time travel.
Yeah, so
You still have the same abilities?
you carry all that stuff with
okay.
you, and you can transport back and forth. Like, I got to a certain point there, got stuck, and I was like, oh, well, I got some, like, new level ups, so I'm going to try to go back to that boss I was struggling with. So, I think that
So it's like a link to the past?
maybe,
All right.
but yeah, you just got to kind of get thrown into this world, and you see, like,
Probably more Ocarina.
you just see this, like, this tribe is just demolished and is on fire, right? Like, everything's destroyed, and you're just kind of going through, like, and you're like trying to figure out like what's going on, and then your character finds out that it was 3 years ago in the past, and it's because that was something that was weird. The game told you 3 years ago.
But the character didn't seem to know that it was...
No, and then like the first NPC character you run into like 5 minutes into that level is like, oh, it's 3. He mentioned one like an event that he I think remembered it was like 3 years ago or something like that.
Okay.
There was some kind of conclusion there. So I don't know how that's going to work out. And then there's some different I think some memory characteristics or something for like leveling up that I think is gonna play out. And that's the other thing. It's a From Software game, so of course they're gonna throw a lot at you in 1 hour, and you're gonna have to try to digest it all in
as it comes to you,
Yeah.
but you never will.
How's the stamina bar?
Great. I don't need it. There is none.
Yeah, this one's got like a parrying system.
Yeah, so defeating enemies, the key to defeating an enemy is called a death blow. And there's kind of two ways to get to a death blow. It is either bringing down the enemy's vitality meter or their posture. And then if you can bring down their posture by either like attacking them, parrying them, or doing some kind of dodges and stuff like that and countering. So whatever meter breaks first, whether it's the vitality meter or that posture meter, you will do this death blow, which is a very satisfying fucking Doom.
But mandatory.
Yeah. Doom just rip apart and just see all this blood fly everywhere in varying ways depending on your position and the enemy type.
Have you been have you had to face multiple enemies at once yet?
Yes.
And
it's a struggle, but if I started to see some of the skill trees, so that's something that this game does a little bit different than what Bloodborne and from what I know of Demon Souls does. There's actually a skill tree, and there's these once again another like kind of pickup item that unlock different parts of this tree. And instead of you collecting souls every time you kill someone, you're kind of getting experience, and I think that experience kind of resets itself if you die and you don't get to like a resting area. Okay. Because once again, it's a From Software game, so you got your little resting areas to transport and do whatever. So yeah, as you earn that experience, you get those skill points, and you can unlock different things. And I kind of looked around the skill tree a little bit. There's some crowd control stuff. Right away, you can unlock one that's like a full like circle like swing to kind of try to knock back some enemies off of trying to ambush you. But it gets to get tough as soon as like 3 like enemies start coming at you at one time.
Do you feel better stepping into this because you've played Bloodborne, or does it still feel?
Yes and no. Yes, well, probably more yes, I would say, because I got into it, and because of how fast the game felt. And like I've never really played a Ninja Gaiden before, but knowing how they play very fast, kind of like Bayonetta, right? Kind of the same style of game.
Crazy action games.
Yeah, so it's combat's very fast, very fluid. So I kind of went into it trying to do that, and it just getting my ass kicked. And knowing from software games, I'm like, all right, we gotta. There's a system of patience that you have to kind of be deliberate with. And then I think the last thing about the level design that I've really liked is the verticality of it. So you do have like this grappling hook mechanic, and it works pretty much like Spider-Man's, where you got this little circle reticule and you hit a button and you climb to it. And there's different instances too where it's like if you do like a running jump as you're in midair, like it will become into contact and you can reach out and get it.
That's cool.
It's really smart how they do it. You'll see the circle, but the circle fills until it's green, and then when it's green, you can hit it. So you can be aware that it's there, but you have to kind of get closer to it to actually like hit it. Okay. So like that's how like you can jump and get to it probably.
Oh, so you can jump.
Yeah.
That's
so
also kind of new.
Yeah, and that's where like the ninja, you could do that little bunny hopping with sprinting in Bloodborne. I'm not sure if you can do it in the other games. But no, this is like legitimate.
It's a jump.
Yeah, jump. Like a double jump off a wall, climbing, wall scaling, like actually like locked to a wall. And that's where like the stealth mechanics come in. So there was like instances where I was playing this and I was in like an area and I could tell like there was a stealth route to it, and like there's like of course like little bushes you can crouch into and stealth around and do like those like stealth death blows and quickly get back into the bushes and stuff like that. And there was just moments where I was just going around the camp and I felt like I was kind of a combination of Metal Gear Solid 5 trying to infiltrate the base and Far Cry when like trying to like scout around like an outpost that you're going to try to take over or something like that. It felt real strategic, which Bloodborne has that, but it's never been at like a stealth level before. And you're almost encouraged to stay up high to try to do these like stealth kills and stuff of that nature. And I'm sure as like you get more experience and more skill points, unlock more skills, like that only gets more richer, like your different types of movesets and what you can pull off of like in midair and jump in and that kind of stuff. Because there's like a legit like you can lean against a wall and grab someone from around the edge and kill them. It's a little weird, but all of it feels familiar because it's what you expect from. Yeah. It feels like From Software did it.
That's cool.
And there's even moments, and it's weird because I'm so used to just fucking falling off cliffs because of how that engine works. There's like invisible walls to try to help guide you. Oh. And not like invisible walls, but there's like cliffs that you can't
just jump off.
Yeah, well, you probably jump off of it, but like if you're accidentally like going along the edge and you try to like go off of it, the game will keep you in.
I like that.
So it's not like totally unforgiving.
Yeah. Huh.
It's I really liked my first impression with that game. I played it last night, significant chunk of time, and I played a little bit this morning for about 45 minutes or so. I pretty much played the same segment because I'm stuck at both paths I go. If I go to the 3 years ago path or the Sheena first path, I'm stuck at a boss. So it's kind of like pick and choose what I want to do.
It seems like a right evolution for them to make.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I would say so. I mean, you did Dark Souls. Bloodborne was. I mean, think of how
cool Bloodborne was.
Well, yeah, that, but like remember how people were saying like, oh, I felt like so different in the formula, refreshing from Dark Souls. I think they did the next step of that because this feels way different than Bloodborne in my opinion. Like familiar, but different mechanically.
Like sluggish.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I feel like I can get away with more stuff. I feel like. Not to say that the game's easier, but it's just the combat's a little bit more forgiving.
Sure.
And there's not like heavy attack, light attack. It's all mapped to that R1 button. And then you got like your arm power, which I think is mapped to R2. L1 is your block or your, if you time it right, parrying. Mm-hmm. And then L2 is your grappling hook to like swing and do whatever. And I'm pretty sure that's going to do some stuff with enemies as skill tree builds up.
Yeah, it's like you don't really change your primary weapon much, but in exchange, I know your arm can become a secondary weapon.
Yeah, I saw.
Some way or
yeah,
another.
like like the first thing I got, I have this like shuriken, this like a shuriken thrower kind of thing. And it just does that for right now. It doesn't do much damage, but like I think it does decent damage to like non-human enemies at the moment.
Okay.
So I've ran into a couple like giant chickens.
Sure.
I thought it was a crow from Bloodborne when I first saw it. I was like, oh, dude, the crows are bad. Oh, no, that's like a chicken.
Huh.
Yeah, like I saw some
like
screenshot
a rooster.
where it was like an axe coming out of his hand or something.
Yeah, I
for
saw
like a
flamethrower.
Yeah, but there's a cost. It uses like ammunition of some kind.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah, and that's something that's
it's
collectible.
Like these coins, I think.
Silver bullets. Bloodborne.
It's I forgot what they call it, but they're
hard to find apparently. They don't come by easy.
Interesting.
Health is a little bit different. Health, you like as soon as you rest, even though that resets the world, you reset like this like potion thing. I think it's called like a gourd.
Blood vial.
Mm-hmm. Gourd.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then like but like, you don't collect them in the world. There's a set amount you get, and you have to find an upgrade thing and take it to this woman who's right outside of that temple where you kind of woke up at, and she gives you more of those.
So instead of carrying 3 at a time, you can carry 5 at a time.
Yeah. Like, so you start with 1. I got an upgrade for my second one, so now I got 2 of those. And then there's that revive mechanic as well, which I didn't touch on. So like, you can die mid-fight, and then if you have a revive available, which you can earn those by just killing enemies and just traversing the world, you can revive right in the moment. I think there's going to be a penalty for you doing that too much, because there's already this thing that's called Dragon Rot.
Yeah.
And that is something that has to do with that dragon air ability within this family, that when it's used, that Dragon Rot goes off to other people. And I've read that that could potentially not kill off people, but like shut down some NPCs temporarily, so you can't get like a quest. And you see it pop up as like dragon rot, man half dead, or like it's not very specific, but I think I know like 2 characters I've already run into that may have that dragon rot. And it's not very well explained, but I think that's intentional. I think that's going to be dived into a little bit more. And I'm assuming there's going to be a potential like cure or a mechanic to cure that.
So you don't revive yourself. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost death medals, as it wouldn't let it die.
No.
But it does cost.
I think it's going to cost in like the world.
Interesting.
But like I'm doing it all the time. I don't know if that's bad. I don't know if that's good. I'm just kind of doing it, and I just keep getting this dragon rot notice thing coming up, but I don't know
if it leads to like a fail state or if it just leads to some sort of setback.
Popped up, but the game has not said anything that's like, oh, you shouldn't keep doing it. Like it hasn't said like you should never think about like not resurrecting.
Like it's in the subtitle. I feel like that's the main feature of it, is to use that to your advantage.
Yeah, and then like there's even like you're gonna end up like I've already started to see like I can build like more of those resurrections at one time, so that way I don't just permanently die.
Interesting.
And then one shout out. There's an actual like trainer. Like there's a dude that you can
I saw this
train like abilities with. It is a fucking godsend.
Why?
It just because like you always are unsure like when the timing of a parry should happen.
This lets you do that without.
I got it now. Now I just have to like time the animations.
Okay.
Like I know when I gotta do it. Now I just got to get the timing of the animations, and then as you unlock each skill, that becomes a skill you can practice with him. So
That's
I
cool.
got this. It's an unavoidable attack, so you have to dodge. You can't really block it. It's like a charging attack with like a what's that called? Like a
spear.
Like a spear. You can't block that. You have to dodge it. Or I unlocked an ability where I could like time my circle press correctly. I parry him, and it's a fucking death blow like right away. Cool. It's brutal. He's just like fucking. You just chop this spear down, and you just sword right through the head, and his blood just splatters everywhere. It's
the guy you're
perfect.
training with. He is this dead soldier.
Yeah, that's weird. It's like a weird backstory there.
Yeah, like he has this curse where it's like he like maybe if he can die, he can be put to rest. So he wants you to kill him at first. You don't know he's a training guy at first, and then when you go to like kill him, he doesn't die. He's like, well,
that didn't work either.
He's like, well, I guess you could just practice your moves on me. I'm just stuck here.
I wonder if you get through all the practicing of every move type if he dies finally.
That's funny though.
And then last thing is I had some stuttering in an area, and it's repeated stuttering too. I don't know. It's a lot of characters in an area with a lot of fire.
What are you playing on?
Oh, base PS4.
Okay, because I just watched the
Digital Foundry.
Yeah,
and
it's like they're all just kind of like that, but the base systems are worse.
Yeah,
like.
I mean, there's a lot of characters in that area. Like, if you do the wrong kind of move, you can be facing 8 people at once. And this town's just on fucking fire. Like, everything's on fire around you.
Oh,
so,
I know. Okay.
Like, I can see where the slowdown is happening.
Yeah. Because, like, base systems are locked at 30.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like I'm playing Bloodborne.
Pro and X can get up to, like, the early 40s, but it doesn't really stay. And... like PS4 is a little more stable with it, but I think the X overall, that one fluctuates the most, but it also has a better, I guess, visuals. It's not by much though. Like they're all kind of visually the same.
Weird.
Still looks good, but.
And that was the other thing. I mentioned it to you earlier, and I almost forgot to say it. That install size was only like 15 gigs.
Interesting.
Which compared to Bloodborne, which is like 50.
Yeah, that's good. Optimized.
And it wasn't even like any of that bullshit like, 15 gigs to start. I only need like 4 gigs to start.
Weird.
So I think like that whole installation was like 15 gigs. I wanted to double back and check, but I forgot to before I came over.
I'm okay with that if games can start to
I mean,
trim it down.
I don't know if that means that the game's not as big as Bloodborne, or if From Software got some help from Nintendo for optimizing.
Man,
I don't know.
Everyone should talk to Nintendo about what they do, because
they just took the same.
Or maybe they learned to optimize for Switch. Like I don't know.
Well, they just took the same land and just reskinned it when you go back in time. That's
that's it. I don't know, man. Asset management seems like an important thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, the Iwata, that's basically what he did.
Yeah, my man.
Or unless you have server racks upon server racks upon server racks.
That's a bleak, shitty future that we'll talk about later, I suppose. Cool. Oh, yeah, I'm excited to try Sekiro. Sekiro? Have we figured it out yet?
I've been saying Sekiro.
I've been saying the other one.
All right.
But like both sound fine though.
I'm gonna call it Ninja Bloodborne.
I'm gonna call it
But you're
Sick Bloodborne.
I don't like that. I don't like this bullshit people are doing. Let's just call them From Software games. Can we do that? God, this fucking fake ass genre forcing. I'm so tired of it. It was like
Soulsborne.
I think like
Sekiro Soulsborne.
just calling it Souls like that was fine. Or Soul.
This had to have souls.
Here's the thing: when Demon's Souls first came out, what was that compared to? You know,
it was just a hard ass fucking game.
No, but I mean, like, just like it had to be compared to something.
I don't know.
But it's like at that time, it was just a third person action.
I don't know.
Adventure,
I don't know
like,
if they try to
role-playing
compare
game.
that to Armored Core or not. I wonder.
Yeah. I don't know.
I wasn't on that train at the time it came out.
I don't think anyone did. I don't think Armored Core had that.
Definitely not Sony because they had every opportunity to get that license.
It's definitely a Metal of Chaos kind of game.
Oh man.
So you compare Armored Core to.
Did you play anything else, Matt?
No, not really, because I played auto chess all during the week.
Before we hear any more about auto chess, Mark, what you been playing?
Well, I didn't continue much further in Payday 2 as I had hoped. Just grinding at this point. Still not bad.
Have you looped missions yet?
Yeah, I mean, because I'm going for the ones that, because there's certain missions that give you higher money
Okay.
than other ones, but I'm trying them on harder difficulties to get just more of a payout.
Is money, now I already forget, it's only been a week, but is money equivalent to experience?
No.
Okay.
That's just to buy weapons and upgrade them and stuff, but
So experience, is that changing level per level
your experience is like divided into 3 different things. Like you have your crime level,
Yeah.
which is the main thing, which I think I'm at like 54 now or 53. Then you have your
You have weapon levels.
No,
what am I thinking? I'm thinking of Warframe, sorry.
But then for every level you unlock skill points, which look like cards.
What just fell?
It was like a bag or something.
Oh, it was the surge protector falling off my bag of Nintendo Powers.
As you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, those can go into those skill trees whenever. And then you have your perk deck where those experience points you put towards a specific card and you fill up this wheel. And once you complete that wheel, that card is locked in. You cannot take those points back. But if it's still an incomplete circle, you can take all those points back. I didn't realize that till like halfway through this deck that it's always like 5 or 6 cards for like, and they all kind of share similar perks for your character. It's just, what combination do you want?
Right.
And I'm finding out that mine isn't the greatest one out of all of them, but it's okay. I'm just making it work for now.
Yeah.
I'm almost done. I might as well just complete it.
But your crime level is the one that feeds into all those, right?
Yes.
And that's like the thing that's like holding you back cap-wise.
Yeah, because like I'm seeing because 100 is the cap, but it looks like there's more after that. Like once you stay at 100, you unlock different things on like I don't know exactly what it unlocks. Maybe harder difficulties or something. I'm not sure if you like prestige in some way.
I wonder, not to bring up bad memories of Destiny, but I wonder if it's like Destiny where like you level, but then you still get like
light
another
level.
light level
Yeah.
to take back to whoever, they can get some kind of cosmetic shit.
I don't know, maybe because like.
But in this, it's more for skill points or whatever.
Yeah, like the only thing, like it's cool that you unlock weapons. I think I almost have every weapon unlocked outside of just the core game. That's not DLC.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not bad. You get like 2 or 3 for every level, just about. Yeah, I'm wondering what happens when you reach 100, if that even means anything.
Yeah.
Prestige.
Yeah, but having those little skill trees, I love how you can customize that. You're not married to just one. You can put them in almost everything, and just be like godlike, pretty much.
And I also just at a moment's notice, you can just reset whatever, and you can just reset that tree as well. You're like, you're not committed to wiping the whole thing just because you want to wipe out one tree.
Yeah, like there's no good or bad way to do it. It's all about just how you want to play. So it's like you pick stuff that pertains to your style, like with specific weapons and everything.
And then the other thing is not like you're capped by it either. It's not like it costs $10,000 to wipe it. It's just you can do it time and time and time again.
Which
you can make a build and 5 minutes later, oh shit, never mind, I don't like this at all, and change it.
It's smart. It's a good way to do it. It doesn't feel like you're penalized for anything. Or
I think the only thing that I don't care for is the random like loot box quotes thing, like after each mission.
Oh, like the pick a card thing.
Yeah, the pick a card, and you can. I mean, I'm okay with it. But I just hate waiting to unlock a mask that way because the chances of getting it are so low, and I guess that's their way of keeping you going.
Yeah.
Or one way to keep you going.
What is there's something on the main menu in the mission hub that lets you. I don't know if that's real currency or not that it requires. But I thought there was a little menu that you could like put like some kind of currency into it, and it would give you like a box, and then depending on how much you put into it, it changed the probability of getting something. I forgot what it was called. It's been a week since I touched the game.
Yeah, I think you're betting your offshore money, which is the money used to buy contracts. I think that affects the outcome of things. Yeah, it's something like it's not real money, but
it's another way so that way you're not just doing what Marc's doing. I guess like it's still a random roll of a loot box, but.
Mm-hmm. And like I don't really have any of the DLC outside of what Game Pass offered. With their version. But yeah, that's cool. But again, not too much further in that. But still, like.
Are you playing by yourself or with?
I've been fluctuating.
Okay.
But lately, it's been by myself.
Do you feel it's doable most missions by yourself? Or?
I mean, I have the AI turned on.
Oh, okay.
So that helps a lot.
Yeah.
I do have an aim assist turned on. Because I don't care. But like when aiming with like a Uzi and trying to get a sniper in a distance, I can't rely on the AI to do it all the time. So it's nice to just like it doesn't snap you immediately on them, but it gets you close enough. So whenever I'm aiming, it's just alternate, and it's like I don't have to waste bullets.
Yeah.
So that's fine when on harder difficulties. It's fine with it off too. It's really not much different, but I just like just having that
little nudge,
just having a little security.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine. I still like it either way. Multiplayer, single player. It's funny when you just get random AI with you because it's never the same characters. Like I had, like I forgot that Scarface was DLC in this, so I just had so I just had Al Pacino with me.
Sure.
Which,
yeah,
or it could have been Dana Carvey impersonating Al Pacino as Scarface.
What's the difference at this point?
Yeah, but that's pretty good. I know we all continued Halo 3 a little bit.
Yeah,
we're almost there.
I'm just mad at my internet.
It's whatever.
No, we just replayed that last checkpoint. It wasn't that hard.
Oh wait, you didn't get the achievement.
I mean, I got the achievement for completing that level a while back.
Oh, okay.
But
on Legendary, is it different per difficulty?
I don't know.
I doubt
Maybe
it.
not.
I don't think
it is.
No, I think
that's how it used to be.
Yeah, I think story chapters are just
okay.
You get the achievement just for completing that.
Why do you care?
Because I didn't. It's not going to count as completion of that stage. So when we get to the end of the game, I'm not going to get the completed game on Legendary.
Do they still split it into
co-op.
two, part 1, part 2 of levels? Like Halo 3 would do that. If you were picking a mission, you could pick what part of the game, what half of the game did you want to start in.
No, Master Chief Collection. It says like, hey, if you want to start in this mission, it's going to in co-op, it's going to pick you up from the beginning of the.
Well, we can just zip through it whenever. It's real quick.
I mean, that's something like the other night. You got sucked into a multiplayer game before you back out, but we were about to play a multiplayer match.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't that hard of a checkpoint. I feel like either whoever's the one we're waiting on, I feel like between me or Marc, the other one can knock it out real quick. Because you still have your last checkpoint, I'm assuming, right?
It doesn't matter. Even if I do, it will take you back to the beginning of the mission.
That's fine. It's short. We're not trying to get a skull. It's just.
I was going to say, what did he get stuck on last round? It was a stupid fucking skull.
Yeah, just that was gross.
No, but that's the problem with it. If it was just, hey, reload the last checkpoint and go to the end of the mission, yeah, no big deal. But you got to redo the whole. Yeah. I didn't look yet. I just assume because when it kicked me out to that story mission, like to resume from that story mission, from mission 5 or whatever the fuck.
It's still not bad. It's not the end of the world, you know. Like I mean, it is for Halo, in Halo 3. It's the end of the world, but
yeah, I like Halo's. It's been fun going through those.
So I stayed up pretty late, and that's why I kind of like rushed getting here because I was playing Guacamelee.
Have you played that yet?
No.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I really liked.
This is my first time.
Yeah, it's a good jam.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That is my kind of Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Or I should say more Metroid/Zelda 2, because you're not stuck in just one building. You're going to different temples, and just all the areas are connected. I mean, Metroidvanias they're all connected, but there's more scenery, there's more locations, I guess.
That game gets fucking hard. The platforming.
There was like one or two I was kind of getting stuck with, but then
are you switching things
yeah,
yet?
I was just thinking.
I got
okay.
that. I'm about 4 hours and some changing.
All right.
I think overall world I've discovered is probably close to 75%.
Okay.
I don't remember it being terribly long.
It wasn't a really long game. Yeah, no.
No, I just made it to like the second temple.
Okay.
So now I have the dimensional ability and stuff now.
Yeah,
Some of
that's
that
when I
stuff
got
later on,
fucking yeah.
Like,
and what are the things you collect that are optional?
Optional?
Like hidden things?
I don't
mask. I don't know.
Because I was chasing the trophy for that.
I don't know. I just been getting orbs, coins, and silver coins, and the power up, like the unlockable, like expand your stamina and your health and your special meter, your intenso meter.
Intenso.
When you go all Super Saiyan and speed up everything.
There's something.
Yeah, and I enjoyed that game well before my reemergence back into wrestling. So
I've been taking like a shitload of screenshots because of all the references I'm catching, all the Easter eggs.
There's a lot of stuff in there. Some of it
it's subtle, but like
some of it got on my nerves.
Like
I don't know. Some of it was just like, okay, yeah, you guys have used the internet before. Great job. Some of it was good, but some of it was like.
I mean, there's only one.
Just have fun.
I mean, there was only one just like internet meme
Just
that
have fun.
that I caught, but the rest I was okay with.
No, there were good. Like I liked some video game references and stuff. There was like a couple where I was like,
no, there was one where it was like it's that one meme face where
That one meme face.
the smiley face.
It's not the rage face, but it's like the Gustav face or whatever.
I don't know. What
I don't know. It was just like straight mouth, kind of cockeyed. They had like their interpretation of that.
Yeah, it was a couple of those where it was like, oh, okay.
But that was like, other than that,
those were the only ones. That, like the video game
I've
references.
only found that one.
That was some shit like that, like the shit where it was like.
But I loved all the posters of like different luchador versions of video game characters.
No, that was dope. I loved all that. I love that. There's did you see the Castle Crashers?
Castle Crashers.
Yeah,
I love that. Like I saw the like Simon Belmont versus Dracula.
that
I saw
one.
Batman versus Bane.
Journey.
I'm not sure if I saw Journey, or maybe if I did, I didn't catch it.
There's a scarf from Journey in there.
Okay, I noticed in one of the towns there are like patches of the wall that are showing from the paint chipped off, and it makes the actual NES sprites of Mega Man. There's another one of Mario, and then and then there's one of Commander Video on a wall somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't see those.
Yeah, it was funny seeing Majora's Mask. It was a guy wearing Majora's Mask, but his wrestling outfit was Tingle's outfit. So it was a green leotard with red speed. I was like, all right, yeah, okay. This is pretty good. I love being the weapon instead of finding weapons.
Yeah.
Because I love games where you just punch shit in the face.
That is
That's
Guacamelee.
wrestling.
Yeah.
I love it. Suplexing, just pile driving. Oh, it's so much fun. I'm really enjoying this.
All right, sounds like you're practicing for some FCW. Joe, what are you doing?
Dude, I'm
Who
always
the
down.
fuck knows?
Always down for wrestling. But yeah, and just just having that nice I guess Spanish touch to it.
Yeah, the setting in
Definitely
that
up my alley.
world really, really good.
Because I mean, just like the way it's representing, just with the culture and everything, I really appreciate that too.
Yeah, I love that.
The music.
Yep.
10.
Yeah, top notch.
10 stars out of 5.
I kind of want to play the second one now.
And like that's what I was thinking about, because every time I saw Guacamelee, I was like, I need to play you.
Yeah.
I never was like disinterested at first. I always liked it, just didn't know exactly how it played or what it was. I knew it was always like a Metroidvania game. I didn't know like how true that was or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I couldn't stop. Like I forgot how late I started, and then before I knew it was like 7 a.m. or something.
Holy shit.
I was like, wow, it strings you along like that. Like it seems like it could be a semi-short game, but like it's not bad. Like it's not boring. It keeps it interesting. I like that they just literally used Metroid as a piece of lore in this game.
With the
Chozo statues.
Yeah.
And the guy gets mad every time you break them, but there's usually a power-up, and then the one, he's just like, you know what? Nah, I was ready for this. You don't get anything. And then it pops up as, like, no power. It's like they make this whole thing, and they made that as my background for my Xbox now. I was like, yeah, it's good. Finally got double jump. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I forgot. That'll take a while.
Having a fucking rooster uppercut everything.
Yeah. There's something I don't remember what it was. I couldn't find it in the trophy list, but maybe it was collecting all the chests or something. There was one that I had to get that was like at the top of a thing, and the platforming there, you're like avoiding saw blades and jumping. Like you have to be perfect.
Yeah, there's like especially with like the portals before you could switch.
Yeah,
having to time that.
Yeah.
I couldn't get right away. But I was like, man, I'm just spoiling this game probably for anybody who's interested. But
hey,
being a chicken.
Oh yeah,
my favorite thing.
Yeah.
You just have a peck button and a jump button.
Why not?
It's so good. And like I don't have that power up or for anything. Like I assume it gets a power up because I keep seeing an egg symbol for like purple blocks.
I don't remember.
I'll remember.
Yeah.
I
because like it's only
honestly
in
don't
parts.
remember a lot of this game.
Cause it's only in parts where you can only be a chicken to get to an area.
Yeah.
And then when it pops up in this narrow pathway, I see a little purple egg symbol. I'm like, I don't have that yet. What is? All right, I'm basically going to shit eggs at some point. This is going to be great. So,
yeah, I don't remember that part.
No idea.
I didn't, before you just saying you turn into a chicken, I forgot you could turn into a chicken. So.
I remember what year I played it.
Yeah, because the story is like, you're a dude named Juan, you have some like dead spirit lady helping you out.
Yeah.
Because this other dead guy who made a deal with the devil wanted to win some tournament or whatever, never got the glory. So... got some help from some witch lady, turned a devil into a chicken, which that's the big twist. Sorry, guys. And
Jamie ruined it for me, and I played the game.
And then now that guy is trying to merge the land of the dead and land of the living together. So I guess that it's weird that I guess you're pseudo working with the devil in a way to keep balance.
Sure.
It hasn't gotten to that point where they've conversed enough to really come together, but I feel like that's the direction it's going in based on the costumes I got too.
Yeah.
Or that you can buy. But yeah, I don't know. I like it. It's really cool. Is the second one out already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out last year.
But yeah, and like it's 4-player co-op.
Like
the whole time.
Second one, I think. Right?
No, first one.
I
At the very top, I see there's 4 slots.
I literally
and it
remember
says,
nothing about this game.
Well, to be fair, this is a Super Turbo Championship edition.
It wasn't co-op at the beginning. They added that in later.
Yeah, you can just drop in anytime and have like 4 people
Did that
playing.
game go on Plus or something?
It's on Game Pass. That's why I'm playing it.
I don't know. It was probably Plus.
I don't remember when I played this game. I know it wasn't launch year.
It was probably Plus. I played it on Vita and PS3 the year it came out, primarily on Vita. But it later came to PS4, Wii U, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, and then Switch, and then Guacamelee 2 came out last year.
It came out around the time that all those games like that were coming
It
out.
was-
Dead Cells.
yeah,
there
it
was
was-
another game that was like that. It came out. I forgot what it was.
Hollow Knight was earlier in the summer.
Maybe it was Hollow Knight. I'm thinking about.
They were all right around the same.
But it's cool when you see like indie games just support each other that way and whatever. But because I was seeing stuff for Brawl Out, and there was a trailer because I remember Juan was one of the first characters introduced in that, and they put the guy from Hyper Light Drifter, the Drifter, in there.
Right.
They just added the dude from Dead Cells, and the way they introduced him was such a fucking like, it was like a tongue-in-cheek fuck you. Because first you just see like a shovel raise up in the air and it plays the music.
No.
And then it zooms out to be the Dead Cells guy. I'm like, oh, you ass.
That's great.
I don't know if that's like just a red herring or if that's for something to come. And Ukulele's in Brawl Out.
Do we need to get Brawl Out? Is it good?
I've been looking at it every time. I don't know.
All right.
I think that's where I want to go to if I just want to play as indie characters.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see how Juan works now. So I don't know.
Man, PlayStation should make one of those.
They sure should, shouldn't they?
Yeah, well, more in news. They might at the end of something.
What?
It's a
Oh,
joke.
you're
It's
talking,
a joke.
You're
It's a
talking
joke.
about the thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kayfabe today.
Yeah. Yeah. Wrestling. Yeah, Guacamelee is definitely one of my games. Definitely up there. And then seeing that Hotline reference, I had to share that.
I'm surprised you didn't play it before now, honestly. But
Me neither.
I'm glad that you did.
It's something I always looked at, but never had a sour taste about. So it was just like, you know what? Yeah, now's the time. I didn't think I was gonna get that like sucked into it either.
Yeah. Ah, fuck. I kind of want to get Brawl out. This looks really good. I don't know. Either way. I bought Soul Calibur 6 because it's on sale, and I wanted to play as 2B, so I spent $45 to play as 2B. It's pretty dope.
I bought Little Nightmares, but I didn't play it.
Oh, yeah. That sounds, I almost pulled
And,
because that's like $9 right now.
And like Sleeping Dogs, because that was like literally $2 or $3.
Dude, you did buy it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
No, I own it on like everything.
Yeah.
That game is very good. However, my save got lost when I had to switch PlayStation 3, so I was
far.
so far along that I don't have the heart to go back. But damn it, I enjoy that game.
I platinumed that game.
It's a good. Yeah, it was from the Square sale, so
That's really good. Good driving in that game.
yeah.
Fuck.
Yes.
Yeah, Soul Calibur 6, pretty good. I'm gonna keep going with the story mode thing, whatever that is.
Mhm.
I believe you were the one that said it, Mark, not Ben. But
Mhm.
the creating a character and having to wait for each item to load before you can see what it looks like.
I mean, I'm definitely a dummy when it comes to the creativity side of that game. I didn't realize how much you could do. I thought a lot of it was mod
But
based.
still, man,
But-
holy shit!
There's just so many. That game is more loading times than the game,
It's yeah.
and I guess it hasn't changed depending from what you're saying. But like the different story modes. Like
Yeah,
there's
there's
the
a
arcade,
main-
and then there's like the conquest, whatever.
Yeah, there's a story mode with the characters from the game, and then there's the other story mode that involves you as a
You have to make another
make-
character.
Yeah, you make your own character and go into it.
dialogue and fight
It
load.
feels like, at least from the world side of things, not the actual fighting, obviously, but the world stuff feels like Fire Emblem in a way.
It feels like a step back from what Soul Calibur 3 did with their story mode.
I
When
don't
you
know.
create a character, it was just like you scroll along a map, get into a fight, unlock stuff, keep going. This you don't unlock anything. You only have like that one cat thing to unlock in the creative mode or whatever.
I don't
Like,
even know.
And like that's it.
That sucks.
Yeah, so it's like you really have to be creative when you're making a character.
But I want to see it for the fighting part of it more. So mostly,
I mean, the fighting's
fighting's real good.
easily the best part. But
Yeah. And I enjoy playing as 2B.
I haven't tried her out yet.
They should put 2B in every game. But that's that. Quick sidebar. I won a round in Apex Legends. Who wants to touch me? Nailed it. And not only did I win one, it wasn't like, yo, I hid in a bathtub till the end of the game. I fucking got in there, shotgun to the face, took out some motherfuckers. I got the winning kill, like pulled the trigger and it popped up and it said, you are the champion.
And now you don't play the game anymore. You
I
just
haven't played it
retired
since.
champion.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
No, I did play. And that was the dope thing. I played around afterwards.
And
And it popped. I was the dude. I was your reigning champion. Put me right in the fucking center. It's fucking cool.
Who'd you
Real
play
cool.
as?
Wraith, always.
Oh, that's what I figured.
Unless some dickhead's a dickhead, takes Wraith.
And apparently, she's like one of the higher characters you want to be. Like that one, like Gribaltar or whatever, or Gibraltar, however you say that name.
Gibraltar.
Gerbil.
Gerbil.
And what's the other one?
Lifeline? Pathfinder?
It might be Pathfinder.
Robot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like that. Those three or Lifeline, like that
Yeah.
combination, is what you'd want.
I go Lifeline if someone takes
'Cause I've seen
Wraith
peop-
from me.
Apparently, I've seen people online saying that people have quit if it's not that combination.
It's, dude, that's the one part about Apex that's starting to suck. I mean, the Battle Pass is out. Well, and we can talk about it now. Battle Pass is out. It's $10, or it's not $10. You have to spend $10 to get enough Apex coins to buy it, but then you're left over with other Apex. I don't like that. I don't like that part. You know what I mean? Where you
That's EA.
Ugh. Anyway, just let me spend 10 fucking anyway. The Battle Pass is not great. in terms of like it takes a while to get from level 1 to 2. So the experience between each level, apparently it does get better after the chunk that you can buy up to. Go figure. It gets easier to like grind level to level. But the rewards aren't great. Like you get, it's a lot of banners. It's like, it's what the next thing I'm going to unlock is the number of kills as Wraith for this season. Like that's the whole level 3 or 4 or whatever the fuck. Like, okay.
Sounds cool.
Great. I could put that on my back. Like that sounds shitty. It seems like some of the skins you unlock throughout the duration of the battle pass aren't as cool as the ones you get for just buying the battle pass. Which at the end of the day, I bought it because I wanted to see the number go up and I wanted to see the thing fill. You know what I mean? Like I wanted that sense of progression to hit in.
Do we know if the player base dropped?
So that's the next part. Is not only did the battle pass kind of leave me wanting more. Now the player base is kind of weird. Early on, it was kind of you started to see people breaking off and flying solo a lot more. But they would kind of do that and then find their way back. A lot of the games I'm playing recently, I'm seeing people break off and don't come back. They just go fuck off. And then they scream into the microphone. They fucking all of a sudden, they're hey, why isn't anybody, what are you doing?
It's a fucking map move
They come out of mute and it's like, fucker, you ran off by yourself. And now you're screaming at me.
Fuck off 500 meters away. I'm dead. Hey, Joe, come get me.
Right. Like,
I'm sorry, I muted all your pings. I didn't know.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you just see their or the better part is when you see you drop in and then someone gets shot right away because they ran off somewhere and then their player icon just disappears before you can even get over to revive them. It's like, all right, well, great. You're shitty. Just putting it out there. The round that I won, it wasn't because we all stayed alive and stuck together, but we all came back for each other and revived one another.
Look at that. Teamwork.
Yeah. Right.
3-player team
and
game.
We fucking won. So you tell me. I don't know. I guess it's streamers who are shitty and want to stream. I don't fucking know. But yeah, Apex is fine. It's fun. It got me as far as reinstalling Overwatch, but I have yet to play Overwatch. But I'm creeping on it. It's just the hero thing. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Heroes never die.
I mean, I haven't touched Overwatch in forever. But
I'm thinking on it real hard. But really, what I spent my week with was Hollow Knight, which I didn't think I'd be saying as we sat here today. But I just kept going. I don't know why. I just took my Switch. I sat and just kept going, and it started to click a little bit. And I thought about it more in hindsight than I did during anything actually happening. But after the fact, I was like, I've been maybe a little unfair to this game when I say like, hey, Symphony of the Night does this, and this doesn't do that. And I remember that when I got Symphony of the Night, I got it in a PlayStation Underground demo disc sleeve. Well, I didn't even get the demo disc. I just got the cardboard sleeve for it. With Symphony of the Night inside, because a guy that worked with my dad said, hey, your kid likes games, and gave him that. And I played that game, and I played that game in 97 or 98 whenever I received it back then. And I didn't beat that game until I was in like high school, maybe, like,
So your love for it started as a demo.
No. I got the actual game in a demo.
Got it. Sorry.
No, I started it, but when I was a kid, I got as far to the blue door. And even though I talked about this last week where it says, hey, you need to get through, what is it, Magic Seal's doors, you need to get something to find this,
right,
to open it or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't find that until like 7 years later. Like I would just restart that game and get stuck at that same part and never figure it out.
That was me with Ocarina of Time.
You just you hit that wall.
As soon as I hit that first forest temple as an adult,
what do I do?
And like I make it maybe the Death Mountain. Yeah. I didn't give a shit afterwards, or because I got stuck, or something.
It's too hard, it's too scary, it's too one thing or the other. And with Symphony, like I didn't actually beat it until I was maybe middle school or high school, like 5 or 6 years after the game came out. And even then, I got to the end and I was like, that's a weird ending. I had no idea about the inverted castle, like. So. Oh
yeah, I was like, "What are you talking about?" Or, never mind, I get it.
Yeah, like it was just like, huh? So for Hollow Knight, like it kind of was. I thought about it after I got back into it. Like, yeah, it took me forever to fall in love with Symphony of the Night. I have this. It is Symphony of the Night's still like the number one spot for me, but that love for it came like through years and years and years of torture. And I know I didn't plan that.
As you wear the shirt.
I am wearing the shirt. So here's what I learned about Hollow Knight this week for those who are trying to get into Hollow Knight or are curious. It is more like Bloodborne than it is like Castlevania. So it's on a 2D play. No one's playing Dota.
Heroes never die. Got a whole bunch of heroes there.
No.
I mean, if we're all
Takes years.
if we're all repping here.
Takes years to love a game. I'm just saying.
Anyway.
2.5 years.
Something's got to die. Yeah, Hollow Knight, it shares, you're talking about Sekiro earlier, and a lot of the DNA in that seems to be similar in Hollow Knight. Like, just that quick combat, but you're limited to very few things, and just the way that, like, you can heal yourself, but not a lot at first, and you slowly unlock more of that. Like, there's a lot of the Souls Bloodborne stuff in the DNA of this game, where it is a Metroidvania, but it's more, the combat and the progression is so much more like a Bloodborne than Castlevania. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely, it's scary. And I think the 2D cartoon nature of it at first makes you think it's super approachable and whatever. And it's not that it's not approachable, but it's like Bloodborne. You need to get fucked up to learn how to fuck up the rest of the game.
It's so weird. I mean, not weird in a good way that, like, all these games that are classified as a Metroidvania, but they all have their own unique flavor to it.
Well, the good ones do. I think there's a lot of Metroidvanias who end up shitty. But,
sure.
Yeah.
But, like, at least the ones that stand out,
yeah,
they have their own distinctive things about them. Like, you're saying with that has more like a Souls-ish type influence on it. And the Guacamelee is definitely more like, it's straight up, it's more platforming than anything.
1,000%.
Like, I would say it's more in line with Metroid than anything, but I guess hence the...
No, but it has a lot of
nods.
that. Yeah, there's something else that's unique to Guacamelee versus Hollow Knight versus...
If you play Ori,
Axiom
you're going to get a lot of stuff between combat and platforming with that too.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, it's great.
I'm really, like, I'm happy I went back to it because now I'm almost near, I don't know, the maps mostly filled out at this point. I got the double jump. I got this other thing that lets me...
Double jump.
Yeah. Once you get that double jump, man, things change.
Smooth sailing.
And then I got I got this ability that lets you kind of, like, propel yourself until you hit something. So there's, like, a lot of...
Because you have, like, a little, like, lance, right? Isn't that your weapon?
Yeah, it's like a... Yeah. Nail.
Lance, that was the word I was looking for about 45 minutes ago. Lance.
Oh, was it a lance?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck.
Lance.
Oh, there's also halberd, pike.
No, Lance was that was
okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Perfect. Just
45 minutes later.
Never forget in sync, and then you'll
exactly
NFF and NFN. That's what I always say. It too, like, it feels like Shovel Knight. Not feels like, but like that shared DNA of, hey, we built this based on the sensibilities of something from a long time ago, but we're adding our modern design sense. And
can you pogo?
Not yet, but maybe.
He seems like a character that would pogo.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, I really like it, man. Really like Hollow Knight. Did not. I thought I was gonna play Order of Ecclesia this week. I played more Symphony of the Night. I'm in the inverted castle, but man, when I have the chance or whatever, like,
I still need to play that.
Yeah, you do. Hollow Knight's been my jam. It's a damn good game. We're gonna take a break and come back for some news. Matt is taking off. You're gonna go. What are you doing?
I'm going to meet some family friends, drink, and watch college basketball.
Why'd you tell the truth? You had an opportunity. You could have done anything. It could have been anything you wanted to be. You could have said you were...
I'm very happy with my decision and what I said.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see you next
Man
week.
of honor, hence why I play Dota.
That's not... Those things don't go together.
Slap in the bottle.
We will see you next week then, Matt. Matt, any thoughts on Google Stadia or...
Fix America's internet infrastructure, then we'll talk.
All right.
And call me when Microsoft announces theirs.
There it is. We'll talk about that. Jesus. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Mark,
Joe.
I just got a text message I'd like to read to you.
Okay.
I'm in Whole Foods and there's a woman standing next to me, staring at me while she eats an entire container of Ben & Jerry's. She keeps screaming, "I'm not doing it again."
What?
Don't know. Katie meets some interesting people.
What flavor?
Let's find out. There was a story Katie told me recently where she met a woman who was having a terrible day. Describing a car accident she was in and blah, blah, blah. And Katie's like, "Oh, are you okay?" or whatever. And the woman's like, "Well, it all started this morning when I went to Starbucks. I went to Starbucks and I ordered a hot chocolate. And they gave me my hot chocolate and it smelled like coffee. So I smelled it and I said, 'I'm sorry, I think you put coffee in here.' And she said the girl in the window was like, 'Let me see it.' And she took it back. She opened the lid, took a sip of it and said, 'There's no coffee in here. It's just hot chocolate.' Put the lid back and handed it back to her. Like, what? That is a fucking... like that. First off...
How else do you find out? How
true.
else do you find out?
It's true. It seemed like something Beavis would do. Like just, no.
I would have poured it into another cup. If you're gonna taste it.
Or just say, "You know what? I don't know. I'm sorry. Let's make you a new one."
That is, yes. I would have just cut the bullshit and just like, you know what? You're probably wrong, but here you fucking go.
I love it. That makes me so happy.
Just staring and eating ice cream in the store.
Cookie dough was the flavor. So.
Got the raw cookie dough in there. Salmonella.
Hey, we are going to do a quick test to find out if Matt listens to the back half of this podcast. I also played Lightning Returns this week.
Well, he's not listening now.
I wasn't going to bring it up. I was going to wait until I got a little bit further in it so I had something to talk about. But since Matt's not here and he can't scream, he'll scream next week. But yeah, I played Lightning Returns. It was on sale and I bought it. And I'm going to be honest, I woke up the next morning and went, "Why did I do that again?" But I got further than I did the first time around. And
was it on sale or is that just its normal price?
No, it's normally $20. It's $10 right now on Xbox.
Okay.
And they did that backwards compatibility thing with Xbox.
Yeah, because I saw the pricing, but I didn't see like a line scratched out.
Yeah, no, but
anything.
no, they're typically $20. But I really like the I don't know, man. The game does something weird. Combat feels cool. You can switch between her different outfits, which change your loadouts, and you can customize what your loadouts are.
I tend to.
Is that how that worked in that?
I never played it, but that's all about changing costumes.
It's like you change costumes, and that changes your loadout. With you can change what your weapon is, what your attacks are, and you can bind them differently.
And that's the second one, right?
Lightning Returns is the third.
Is the third one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one was you play as Lightning.
It's just 13, 13-2, and then Lightning Returns.
Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13-3.
Gotcha.
I don't think they call it 13-3.
16.
Yeah. That's good, man. It's good. And it looks really good on Xbox because I played it on PS3 where it was meant to be the best. And Xbox 360 was like famously the shitty version. And then that backwards compatibility stuff came out. And goddamn, like I'm playing on an Xbox One S and it still looks good. I can't imagine on an X with a nice monitor.
You know what? I wonder if that was like, I can't remember if it was a groundbreaking moment for games when Final Fantasy.
Oh my god, it was.
Made it over to. I know with like 13 coming out.
Yeah.
It was such an ambitious announcement because they, side by side they had verses and
the whole
whatever. Yeah. Well, we're in a different timeline.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I just forgot about all of that.
No, when that got announced for Xbox 360, it was definitely like, wait, what?
Same with Metal Gear.
Yeah. That one, we never got 4 on Xbox, but even any
no,
Metal
but
Gear.
just the fact that they were doing like when Rising was first by Kojima, before Platinum, and that's insane.
Weird time. But yeah, Lightning Returns. Well, I'm gonna keep going on that.
Is that
little by little?
Is it turn based?
No, it's closer to 15 than any other Final Fantasy I've played.
Right.
But obviously 15 came after that where they've kind of refined the fight system and everything. But I like it.
I wonder if it plays more like 12 before they changed things.
I don't know. Uh-oh. Got some weird static coming through the mic.
I guess if we're on this little Scream train.
Oh, yeah. Climb aboard.
I dabbled in Sea of Thieves for like a second. And I don't know if it's... Well, there's a point to why I'm actually bringing this up.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was why if I was playing this and that caused something, or this was just a random thing. But Microsoft gave me a code to redeem for Devil May Cry 5 to get a specific arm in the game for Nero, which is made out of bananas.
Wow. Did you play the Devil May Cry demo on your Xbox?
Yes.
Okay, because I did too, and I
well, not the I think was there 2 versions of the demo?
Don't know.
Because I think might have been one right up to launch, and then there was one way back. And I don't know if there was any difference or not, because I think you could play as other characters in the other demo. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just pulling this out of my ass, but
I don't know.
Yeah, like I did play it when it first released the demo, and I didn't like how it respawned when you failed. You had to start the whole thing over.
I didn't get far enough.
There was no, I was in a boss fight and I was getting to like the second part of it or something. Then like I died and it was like, dude, well, fuck you. Start the whole thing over. And it's like, why?
Yeah, no, I don't care for that.
Yeah, so I got a banana arm. I don't know.
I got a code that was for Devil May Cry. I assumed it was because I played that beta, but I didn't honestly look too much further into it. Does it say? Yeah, this is Monkey Business. A brand new Devil Breaker skin for Nero. Yeah,
I don't.
That's cool though. I like to give us random weird shit like that.
Yeah, I didn't have to, like. I was like, is this a nod? Is this something in the game that I'm not aware of, or like I didn't know. So Sea of Thieves was the last thing I thought of because
it could be. It could have been.
Yeah.
All right, we can talk about some news. There's a lot of news this week. I guess GDC brought out a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
There's definitely more news than we will talk about today. But here are the stories that we kind of curated amongst ourselves. Bethesda is coming back to Electronic 3 Sunday, June 9th at 8:30.
Cool.
I was curious on how that would shake out after Fallout 76. Do you ignore Fallout 76 and act like it never happened and just go forward with the show?
Well, what's
do you
his face?
say
Todd Howard ain't going to be there?
I feel like they are. I feel like they come out at this and they say, ugh. I don't think they can make a joke about it the way they did last year.
They'll totally make a joke. They'll apologize, but also make a joke.
But I don't think they can
not in the same tongue-in-cheek cute way like they did before, but they're still going to make fun of themselves as like.
That's fine to make fun of yourself, but I don't think you can come out and be like,
they can't have
if they put a fucking acronym on the screen, something's bad, you're going to piss off a lot of people.
They just need to come out with just a single spotlight. No Andrew WK, no nothing, and just be like, fucked up.
Or you get Andrew WK to come out and go, we're really sorry, we're really, really sorry.
Oh, man.
Anyway, we'll find out June 9th. I'm excited to see more Doom Eternal. And
I was going to say, like, they announced so much at their last one. Like, what do they have to show? Actual gameplay this time?
I mean, Doom Eternal, they'll show more single player and hopefully the multiplayer
is
a good replacement
the Wolfenstein
for Quake
stuff,
Champions.
maybe.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do something with Quake Champions. I don't know.
I would.
Quake Champions seems to. I still follow that.
I would kill it.
Subreddit, and I think I'm going to Discord for. I don't know, man. Apex Legends released its Battle Pass. We talked about that earlier a little bit. But the Wild Frontier Battle Pass is out now. 950 Apex coins. And the new character is in the game as well. Octane.
Junkrat. Octane.
Yes. I have not played as Octane because you don't get Octane just by buying the Battle Pass. You have to buy him.
He's probably someone I would like.
He's got a jump pad, which is kind of cool. I've played with people who've played him, and they lay the jump pad down. And it's got not only good vertical, but also horizontal movement, so you can kind of propel yourself forward.
But he has that name that makes me think he has some type of fire ability.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does.
His things are... What does he do?
Unless he's more about speed.
It's definitely speed. He...
Hence the metal legs. Yeah.
Trades speed for health.
Okay.
Or rather trades health for speed. So he'll kind of take damage
as he's sprinting
to give himself a sprint. that's way
Wow.
faster than anything else in the game. But then you have a heal ability as well.
Do you slide through walls at that speed?
I don't think so.
I'm sure they have a blue skin for him.
Trades health for speed, and then his launch pad ability lets him and the squad fly through the air.
Okay, so he's the Sonic of that game.
Yep.
Got it.
Funnily enough, lore-wise, if you remember from that Titanfall 2 leaderboard thing,
Mm-hmm.
that person at the top of the leaderboard who got a 12-second run was like, how the fuck do you do that? This is the guy. He blew off his legs with a grenade.
Did they say that in Titanfall? That he blew off his legs?
After blowing off his legs in Gauntlet speed run, Octavio
Oh my
Octane
God.
Silva.
Wait, what's his name?
Octavio Octane, in quotes,
Oh.
Silva.
I thought you said Otto Octavius.
Otto Octavius. So, yeah. He looks cool. Battle Pass, like I said earlier, kind of leaves me wanting more,
Well,
but
if
whatever.
you like that design,
Mm.
you should look into Borderlands.
Oh, my God. I will never
Because that's
look
the
into
comparison a lot of
Borderlands.
people
I
are
know.
making. It looks like one of the bandits.
He did look a lot like Borderlands. I was. Oh Jesus. Yeah, there's a lot, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a couple quick hits. Then we'll talk about Google, and then we'll do some good things at the end. Sound good?
that sounds good.
All right. Sony filed a new trademark for Wild by Michelle Ancel.
What?
Yep. Don't know.
I
Haven't
don't
seen
know,
that game in 5 years.
I don't know what any of that is.
All right.
mean, we don't
Sony is a PlayStation owned. Sony's the parent company of PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
All right.
They made TVs.
Michelle Ancel is the guy who made Rayman and Beyond Good and Evil.
Okay.
Works at, well, I think now he's an independent contractor of Ubisoft. But he was making something called Wild that was being published by Sony, not by Ubisoft. It was like a first thing. He broke away, and I think you could change from animal to animal.
Oh, I feel like I remember.
Think that's the
this.
game?
Did they show a trailer?
Oh, yeah, they showed gameplay, everything.
I think I
years back.
remember this.
You know, it was long, long ago, back when the PlayStation 4 was new.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Call of Duty Mobile revealed for iOS and Android.
Cool.
Yeah. Public beta is arriving this summer. The game will be out this year, presumably. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to play mobile, just get a gun.
I don't think it's for... I don't think this is for us. I think it's for
Yeah.
China. I don't,
Of course it is.
yeah. I don't know. Or maybe it
Internet
is.
cafes are too filled up. You gotta have.
I just like PUBG's huge in China, where it kind of fell off here in favor of Fortnite, and now Apex is kind of biting into that a little bit.
I saw an ad for PUBG, and I thought it was Apex or Fortnite
Oh wow,
because it was some dude with like a TV. Actually, no. I thought it was that Cliff game.
Cliff game.
Cliff Blazinski's.
Oh,
What was that one called? The Battle Royale. Was it something to do with money?
Yeah. Radical Heights.
Right. Okay, so not with money,
Yeah.
but I thought of that immediately. I was like, "This is PUBG." Like, I don't know what the fuck PUBG is now.
I don't either. They've got like the fucking Joker in there and shit that I didn't
It's not
realize
even a
was...
Joker. It's like it's a dumb makeup skin for your.
You know.
Yeah, I know, and there's. I don't like it.
I
don't like any of them.
I don't either. Apex is alright.
Maybe Showdown. That might be the only one
Showdown's pretty cool.
I'd
Oh,
be
Jesus,
into.
Sorry. Showdown is pretty cool.
But for me, I haven't found one that like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
it. Apex would be the one, but that's the most playable for me so far.
Speaking of playable for Marc, Castle Crashers Remastered coming to Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4. You dig?
I have it on Xbox, but I would get it on Switch.
It's cool. I like the way when they did all their posts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the way they teased
I
it.
want those
Just-
Joy-Cons now.
I know. Yeah, it's cool. So that's coming soon. Is there a release date on that?
Oh, I forget. It wasn't something I was like paying close attention to.
I don't think
They had some neat trailers. It was they were celebrating like 10 years or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely good for Switch owners who haven't played it before.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. And it lends itself to Switch really, really well, I think. They are still working on Game 5, they confirm here.
I wonder if wow, I'm really bad with names today. What their last game?
Pit People?
Yeah, I wonder if the story of that affects the next game. Because that's what they've been doing now. Like, the end of Battle Block is what made Pit People.
Pit People, that's cool. Jeez. Sorry, I'm trying to scrub through our Slack chat here and find some stuff.
There was a thing I was kind of following for GDC.
Yeah.
I don't think we posted anything in Slack for it, but it was more so about Microsoft and how they're pretty much like formatting for like games for your phone, and how that exactly works, and like you can how it's like the controls are customized per game.
Are you talking about? No, that's for multi. So Xbox did a lot at GDC this week.
Yeah.
Microsoft Game Stack is something that I think that's the thing you're talking about, where you give developers an SDK that lets them implement Xbox Live, and all sorts of weird stuff into that. I also saw an image of an Xbox controller overlay working on a phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then
per game it changed. Like Forza had like a shifter.
Yeah.
Instead of a D-pad or something.
Which makes sense. Yeah. And is cool, especially because iOS devices aren't going to be able to use an Xbox controller natively.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's her face? Who did the remaster for Shadow Colossus?
Bluepoint.
Yeah. They were there. They were showing off how they did that.
Cool.
How they take the core game and put new stuff over it, so it still like plays the same but not, or whatever. It was some weird type of filter.
That's cool.
It was really interesting, but they also teased that their next project isn't exactly a remaster, but it's more of an adaptation, but of some favorite game.
They didn't say what or hint at.
Probably E3. I was like, I hope Eco. Because I would like to see that play differently.
Yeah.
Just to complete the...
Yeah, get it, yeah.
Trifecta.
Give them Pac-Man. See what they can do there. Cyberpunk 2077 will release by 2021, along with a second CD Projekt Red game.
When you say by 2021, do you mean between now and 2021 is its window, or are we waiting until 2021? Because that game looked almost done last time we saw it. Like, they could have released it and probably it would have been okay.
By 2021 is what they say.
Right, so they don't have a window yet. They don't have an actual release date. That they're probably just giving extra cushion. I feel it could be sooner.
Yeah.
Probably sometime next year.
I think Cyberpunk's out this year.
It could be end of this year or sometime next year, but I think they're just saying 2021 just to give you like that, okay, stop asking about it. Let us do our thing. But if you need something to chew on, here you go.
Weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Unless they're reworking that game from the ground up for VR support.
Oh, I hope not.
But like future VR where it's good.
Yeah. Persona 5 The Royal announced for PlayStation 4. Yeah, I know.
What is
Love? I don't know. Yeah, new character, brand new RPG. It's a new game.
It's like a sequel?
Yes.
Like a 0.5 or something?
It seems like that.
Or is it like Golden where they just added a new character and story arc within?
I think it's maybe it is Golden R.
Kind of like Catherine as well, you know, where they just add like a new.
Yeah.
Still the same game, but new plot line or something.
Yeah, I think that's it. on that. No Switch, which continues to baffle me.
They were there though. Doug was there.
I just mean, what, the Persona thing?
Oh, Persona for Switch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why they
Oh.
announced this at the? This is at the.
They're probably
Atlas
waiting.
event.
I'm sure it's in there, because they haven't showed a real trailer yet for Smash.
Oh, you think? Okay, all right.
So-
I can-
There might be something in there.
Oh shit! Did we get a direct soon? You
That
think we'll get
character
a
should be
Smash?
out soon.
Yeah, he's supposed to be out in April,
Right. So
which it's almost April. I don't know. Speaking of coming soon and directs, a couple little boo 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 boo. Ready?
mhm.
Sega Fez 2019 stage schedule has been announced.
Where is this taking place?
Japan.
Okay, that's what I thought, judging by the schedule that I was reading.
Yeah. So that'll be in a week, but it should happen before our next recording. It has been confirmed they will talk about the future of Sega Ages. Why is that important, you ask? Because Sega Ages has already promised Dreamcast and potentially Saturn emulation coming. So, Sega Ages specifically being the stuff on Switch.
Okay. Who does the phone stuff? Is that Sega Forever?
Yes.
Okay. I was getting
Ages is
mixed
the
up.
stuff that's developed by M2. They're the ones that did that dope-ass port of Phantasy Star I've been playing.
Right, right, right.
They did Sonic the Hedgehog. Alex Kidd just came out along with I forget, but yeah, good stuff on the Ages front.
I think Outrun.
Yep.
Was the other one.
Yep. Along with that, PlayStation announced State of Play happening Monday
Later today.
today, and then tomorrow Xbox announced an indie game thing, basically like the fucking Nindies from last week, but
ID at Xbox.
ID at Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be announcing more stuff for Game Pass with that.
Yeah. Okay, then here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut it. There's just so much. All right, here. All right. Valve announced a new store and library overhaul. Yay!
Cool.
Well, just fucking finally. It's been in development since at least 2017, but it will be out at some point this year.
Apparently it's supposed to be more detailed.
It looks a lot better. If you look at the screenshots and stuff they've designed, like, holy shit, it looks so much better. Which is good. They got to stay competitive because that store doesn't look great.
A lot of yeah, it's kind of a mess right now.
GameStop, new CEO, talks about changing GameStop to stay alive, which seems like a daring task. However, some of no plans have been detailed, but some of the stuff that's kind of hinted at through the CEO's conversations or press release or whatever it was, is putting a bigger emphasis on trading in and buying used games, which, okay. As well as having a way to play games in the store
Yeah.
and make it more of like a clubhouse style. Clubhouse is kind of what I read from it. I don't think the word clubhouse was actually used, but
No.
what do you think?
That's gonna be a nightmare. Like, it seems really ambitious. I think it could work if they probably have like specifically made like kiosks or something similar to like the interactives they have already with like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo.
Yeah.
This will probably be a little different. I can see them using used systems.
Mm-hmm.
So in case something does get stolen,
Sure.
you know, it's
This could be cool. I know it's like the fun thing to
but for
say.
like the smaller, shittier stores, how do you like?
I think the way
do
this.
you put in a couch? Do you like? What do you? Is there anything anywhere to sit? Do you?
I think you
don't
remember.
know.
All right, think about McDonald's or Taco Bell, if you will.
Okay, they have room.
Think about the way that those stores, we started to see like the new ones being built in the new design, and you're like, oh, cool. And then they have to
Right.
go back and like redo the old ones.
Because a lot of these are shopping centers. you
Yeah,
know?
for sure. Or malls. But I wonder if they'll start by maybe opening a new GameStop with a new design, new look, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or go to one of their higher revenue stores and kind of remodel it with this new idea in mind. And then if it's successful, you roll it out to the rest of the stores, retail-wise.
You think they'll still keep all their Think Geek stuff,
Yeah, I think you have to. I think if you pivot to this sort of thing,
or they slowly have to, teeter that out?
I think you put it. I think look, I'm not CEO of GameStop. But if I were doing this, if you said to me, how do you save GameStop? You encourage a sense of community. Like, no one comes together the way that like a fighting game community does, or that kind of thing. Tournament, like that stuff brings people together in that way. Lean into that. Make it a thing. I'm not saying it's look.
I know.
That brings
coming
its own
from my
thing.
background. It's just hard to picture that because I just have
No, I worked in a comic shop for years. I like
just the
dealing with
midnight releases
I know.
of games.
Yeah.
It's like half cool and then half just really bad. But it's all depending on the area too. Like
It does.
Just
I know, dude. I used to do fucking Magic card shit. I used to do Hero Clicks tournaments. Like, I did all that. And yes,
yeah.
but also think about that cool part of it, where like people get to come together and play a game, and you also have snacks they can buy while they're sitting there playing their game.
Yeah,
Along the
true.
walls, you've got all the fucking Think Geek garbage. So if they want to buy a dumb T-shirt or a whatever, that's stuff where someone says, "Oh, someone's birthday's coming up. Let me go to GameStop and get this." Like, that's the stuff where they keep people coming in.
I think for like people in like their maybe the early 20s, teens, and like younger,
Yeah,
that's probably something they need. Is like not really
a
like
place to go hang out, dude. Because what the fuck else are you doing?
so like
You can't go skateboard anymore because they shut all that down.
like
You
I
can't
kinda,
smoke cigarettes anymore because everyone vapes.
It's weird because I can almost picture it. Some places, not all of them. More shopping center, not so much in the mall, but I can picture like almost cafe like tables by the entrance at least, maybe like one or two, just for people to just like sit there, maybe have a switch out or something.
I agree.
How, but I can also see people carving penises into the table as well.
Sure, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
well, then you get tables that are easy to cover that shit up. You got to think ahead.
So kind of, it's almost like a somewhat comic book shop, but instead of reading the comics that you're not buying, you're playing the games you're not
I
buying.
mean, turn it into a boutique thing. You know,
An electronics boutique.
look at that.
That's
It could help to fix something.
yeah.
Because right now it's just pop figures and fucking people who are condescending as fuck that have no right to be condescending as fuck because they don't know what they're talking about.
That's true.
Darkwoods coming to Switch in May. This is a Ben Barris game.
Yeah, that was in the Nindies.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Well, then we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about. I'm just scrubbing through to see. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 was announced. Upcoming RPG that lets you play as a fucking cool vampire.
There you go, internet. Are you happy now? That game was a meme for like the longest time.
Yeah. And now there's a second one. I guess it already had kind of a sequel, but this is like.
I never played it. I mean, I heard it was good, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I heard it was very bad. Just flawed in terms of.
I could see that it was
mechanics or
made like
something.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
But
It's like a cult classic or
Yeah.
something.
oh, we also saw a look at VR on Nintendo Labo finally. Did you watch the video?
Yeah.
And
No.
yeah.
I mean, it's cool. Like for the target demographic that they're going for, I think I would be ecstatic as a kid,
Oh my god, yeah.
especially the frog game.
Yeah. Yeah.
The rest of it though, I don't really care to play.
It's just like
I mean-
bite size.
I'm curious to see what people make. That could be interesting.
Well,
But
did you look into that at all?
I mean, they showed off what you could do, but from what I've seen from the last Labo stuff that people fucking made, I didn't think that was possible.
Oh, so when I said that, I mean, you can make stuff in this, but you can't upload it and save it and share it with other people. You can record it
Yeah.
or something and
That's fine.
show it off that way. But there's no way for me to like
No.
make a cool arcade game and then send it to you.
It's clearly not their main focus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's whatever.
All right, Mark. Google.
Mm-hmm.
They announced a thing. Google Stadia is the name. Streaming is what you'll do with your games. That should have been their tagline. You guys can have. Actually, you can't have that. I will charge you $59.99, so I can go to GameStop and buy nothing. Google Stadia. The idea is that there is no more console. There is no anything. If you have a Google Chrome browser tab, you can play a game.
There isn't even much news on it.
There really isn't. We don't know pricing structure. We don't know store structure. We don't know what devs get cut. We don't know any of that.
Right.
But we did see is it works. Although I did see some buffering happening, and some texture pop in and stuff on some of their streams.
Yeah, I followed some people who were talking about it, and it was like it played well for the most part, but again,
it seems
they
cool.
don't talk about specifics.
No, it seems really neat. I think the idea is neat. Some of the stuff they're doing behind the scenes with YouTube, it was like, oh, that's really cool. Like we right as the freecheese.com could stream a game, and then if
AAA games, they made that abundantly clear.
Yeah, you can stream anything, but if we were streaming whatever, like recently we've been doing Overcooked, not on stream but as a show, which you should check out on the website. But if we were playing that, we could, in theory, say, hey, we're really shitty at this game. Do you guys want to do you think you can do better? And then you can
have someone join you.
We could have someone join us. We could say, hey, beat our score and upload the SharePoint or the save state. That stuff seems interesting.
I do like the whole stage sharing in terms of like, hey, this is what I experienced in this exact way. I want you to see this part.
Yeah, it's cool.
How it happened for me.
Yeah.
So, especially when it comes to like game of the year discussions or something.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a part that I could see being really convenient.
It'd be really cool
if worked right as they portrayed it.
Which I believe in that could. I think the other neat thing from a content creator standpoint, I mean, like we don't do ads or anything because this is just, for us and for you out there, it's not about making money and making shitty, whatever. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
But for those who live off this, the way that someone could say, hey, I'm playing this game. If you want to play it, click here. And that also cuts them in on some of the money. Or the stuff where you can say, like, they showed NBA 2K. Someone could say, I'm playing with my streamers. Or I'm streaming and I'm playing with people watching me. And someone can queue up to play me next. That's a cool...
Yeah, I think every character on that court was another player.
Yeah, which is cool. Really neat. Talked about the idea of having a battle royale game that is not just 100 players, 1,000 players, because you're no longer bound to the limits of a console beneath a box. You are bound to whatever they can fit into a server rack.
And I can see the griefing side of this.
Sure.
Horror games. I'll send you a link right for the jump scare.
Yeah.
Troll you immediately.
Yep.
Or send you to a part of the game that is broken and you can't get past or something.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. I think there's a lot of cool stuff that came out of it. I think, there's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions about this stuff. I think that for development, I think there's a lot of cool tools that developers will be able to use out of this.
Do you like the controller?
Controller's fine. I'm not signing up to let Google put a microphone in my house.
I've seen the comparisons. I agree. It does look like a lot like a Switch Pro controller.
Oh, yeah. Except let's put the Konami code on the back of it so everyone knows we're cool. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
hide that in the Chrome browser. Like, don't put it on the back of your controller. That just seems like a fucking
that's
dad
proof
showing
that they
up.
know the difference between NPCs and RPGs, Joe.
Ugh, God, that was the worst. Come on, dude.
But why? Like, why does the controller have to be Wi-Fi and not Bluetooth?
Oh, they explain that. It's that way it talks directly to the server so that your inputs. That part is cool.
Is it really?
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
It's so that your.
It just seems like latency is screaming in my head whenever.
No. That it's countering that, right? So the thing they talked about is you can play through Google Stadia with PlayStation 3 controller if you want to.
See,
but
right,
you'd be talking to your computer that is then sending the signal to the server for the control input and then back to the stream that you're watching.
I feel like it's mostly for the assist.
Capturing. The Wi-Fi enabled controller, instead of it going to your computer and then to the server, it's going to the server.
Right.
So the server's sending what you're playing so you can see it, and then the controller's going right to it cuts out a bit of that. That part I think is neat. I don't think it's a smart way to solve the problem of latency. But
I don't know.
That makes sense because you're cutting out that another handoff.
So if you're wired into a desktop,
it's still going to be slower than the Wi-Fi controller,
depending on your internet.
I mean, I'm sure packet loss and all that shit, whatever. But technically, I think the Wi-Fi enabled controller would be faster getting to the server than a wired signal hitting your computer that then hits the server.
I hope so.
Because it's another pass through. However, some of the stuff they started talking about, like, which they have to say, right? Because they're making a bold step. But some of the stuff where it's like, hey, it's the inevitable end of consoles, and we're starting it.
They kept saying summer for us during the news, so it just makes me think this whole time that this was another unprepared thing. They weren't ready to show off.
I don't think it was that. I think that the fact that they're at GDC giving this talk is them saying, here's what we're doing. We need you to make games now. And they're getting all the developers. They're doing I'm sure they're doing a lot of closed doors demos and all those things to try and get people at GDC excited and interested in the tech.
Because during that stream, they brought on Marty, whoever.
Yeah, Marty Stratton.
They were like, what better to test out this than Doom?
Yeah.
And then you look, and all they show is the main menu. And did you notice the rendering?
Yeah, it was clipping and...
That's what made me think. I was like, they're not ready.
No, and that's fine, because they're not launching today. But I think that the reason they're at GDC is to try and get people to start making games, to get them excited.
Just that the presentation, just that part shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that was a little... But at least it lets us know that it's real. It's not canned, because if it was canned, then you'd be like, all right, well...
But people were trying it out apparently on the floor.
Worked.
At GDC.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
Didn't hear good things.
I don't know. I think it's really cool.
I'm curious to see how fighting games work.
I'm not, because it sounds like shit.
Yep. Exactly.
But, yeah, the one thing that I'm watching it, and everything they were doing, I was like, yeah, all right. This is, yeah. I don't need to buy this. I don't need to buy another box. And then the G word sunk in, and I was like, oh, wait a second, hold on. And I put on my dark black glasses, and I was like, hold on, fucking obey, consume, buy, die,
they're all
eat,
that's just business,
scream, fuck. I saw it all, man. I fucking ooh,
yeah, like it
just felt so...
I feel like Google, I feel like Stadia, they try to make it for everyone, but it's still not for everyone.
Not yet, but the fucked up thing though,
I feel like it's more for people who are in tune with
the YouTube scene.
That whole...
They're leveraging so much of their YouTube
and
stuff.
like just the whole tech savvy side of it.
That too.
You know what I mean?
This is built for the generation that's, coming up.
But yeah, right.
The Minecraft generation or whatever the fuck with those kids are gonna...
I'd say the Five Nights at Freddy's generation.
I feel like they're the same.
No.
Oh.
Minecraft had some dignity.
I'm talking about
at one point.
I'm not talking about when you were playing Minecraft. I'm talking about when Minecraft started selling toys in Target. That's the Minecraft generation I'm talking about. The ones who are now playing Fortnite.
So are you saying if games start selling toys?
I'm saying that once it hit the point where
because a lot of games sell toys.
No, it's not the point. The point in which I started seeing Minecraft t-shirts on little kids everywhere, and you couldn't walk by a kid that didn't have Minecraft on a fucking tablet that his mom was screaming at because it was covered in apple juice. I bet
you that's how parents think about Pokemon.
How we think about...
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're fucking wrong, and we're not. So that's fine.
It's the same exact...
It's not.
Actually, Pokemon probably does it more so.
I don't know. But yeah, that I think that generation, or the generation right now that is growing up playing games, they're the ones that are going to get into this, and they're not going to know the fucking difference.
And parents.
Yeah.
Maybe parents who are especially, who have hopefully have control over their internet in their household. They want their kids to play whatever and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I don't want to, kind of like the stuff on Netflix.
Yeah.
The interactive stuff. It's like they don't want to pay for all these extra things.
Right. And
they
why
just
do
want to have everything convenient in one spot via internet.
Plus
and streaming.
The cost. Having a kid's not cheap, I hear.
No, but obviously, because kids are the target demographic for most things in business, but it's really the parents.
Sure. What can the parents afford? And in this case...
whose credit card can they steal?
Seemingly you're not, you don't have to afford much. I don't know if you're going to be paying for the game or paying for the streaming service.
Can you imagine a kid buying all these games through Stadia?
Oh, fuck. But no, dude, now...
How do you refund that?
I don't know. You don't. You let it... It's part of your business model. No, they could potentially, this is a thing, either you don't need to buy anything, or you just buy a $35 Chromecast and plug it in the back of your TV. Or fuck, your TV already has Chrome built into it because you bought it at that Black Friday deal.
Yeah, you need that that stick, but
you don't necessarily.
No, but it's an option.
It's an option, but you can also, I think like TVs just will run Chrome now, so you can just do that. There's TVs that run Android, so you just
I can still see them trying to push like their own
sure
internet provider and everything too.
Yeah, it's that's the part where it starts to get weird, fucked up cyberpunk future stuff that I'm like, this seems scary and weird, and I don't.
I don't see it. I still don't see it as like a killer for video games
Nope.
as they are right now.
Nope.
I just see it as just another option out there.
Yeah, I'm more excited, like Matt said before he left, to see a new sequel to Lightning Returns. Wait, is that what he said? That's what he said, right?
Sure.
All right. No, I'm excited to see what Microsoft does. With xCloud being announced and with the potential, not the potential, but the new consoles for Xbox and the way that, again, the story, man, the story they've been telling. It's the one I'm signed up to hear.
Battle of the Giants.
Goddamn.
Went from console wars to cloud wars.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's there. I feel like there was an interview with I forget the guy's name, but the guy who was on
Service wars rather.
It is gonna be services, right? Like that's ultimately
Epic
what
Game
this comes down
Store,
to.
Steam, Uplay, EA Access.
But
Stadia,
even Netflix, right? Like there's
Netflix,
all that
yeah.
stuff. It's all service based, right?
You see, that's the only thing about life right now that I do not want to subscribe to is
A subscription.
monthly subscription. I miss the business model of pay once. It might be a fuck ton of money, but that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing a lot of apps now that I used to like are changing their model to where, like, there's a photo editing app where it's $2.99 a month. I'm like, fuck you.
That's how Adobe went.
Let me pay $10.
You can't buy Creative Suite anymore. You have to
Right.
subscribe to Creative Cloud.
And it's like, yeah, they make more money that way. I get
Yeah,
it keeps
yeah.
it alive, but
And it cuts down on piracy. That's the big thing too.
that makes me want to pirate more.
Well,
That shit makes me want to. I do actually.
That's another big thing is people will pirate when there's not a good enough way to do it. And there was a study or something or some report, whatever the fuck. The internet sucks. I saw a thing somewhere that piracy has increased because now every channel has. It used to be like an easy thing. Okay, I'll subscribe to this, and I know I get all of this. Well, now all of this has broken out into 17 different streaming services because now CBS has their own, and fucking Fox has their own, and this one has that. All of that. So now people are like, oh, well, fuck, I'm just going to steal it. Because it's easier to steal than to give you a couple bucks a month. Because now everybody wants a couple bucks a month. And I ain't got a couple bucks for everybody.
It racks up.
Yeah. Goddamn.
And it's weird because it's like I'm okay with music streaming
Because it's reasonable.
I'm okay
And it's
with
in totality.
and I'm okay with movie streaming. Game streaming I can be okay with more so now. I
Sure.
feel it's still not my number one, but like I mean I can't really count Game Pass as streaming.
Yeah.
Because you are downloading.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But I
But
think
it's
the
still like a
streaming-
monthly
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
that you're paying for. So yeah, it's weird. So it's like I wouldn't say I'm closed off to the idea of Stadia or other companies doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just it's a lot to think about. It makes you like for some reason it feels different with video games than it does with movies or music. I don't know why, but it just does.
I think that's the idea is they're trying not to let it feel different. But,
Right.
Because
it usually needs its own platform to run things off of. It's so alien to everything else.
we'll see. It'll be a weird future.
Indeed.
Speaking of Game Pass, some new games coming to Game Pass. One of which I'm excited to finally try out without having to spend $60 on it. I guess it's not 60 anymore, but so Deus Ex: Mankind Divided is out on Game Pass. The Walking Dead Michonne something or other. It's just called The Walking Dead Michonne.
Yeah, it was just
Yep.
a little thing.
Coming to Game Pass or coming to Game Pass, not there yet. What Remains of Edith Finch out on Game Pass right now.
I do want to try that.
Vampire coming to Game Pass.
Is that the one?
That's not the one. That's one of the ones where I was like, oh, I could play that.
Or was Mankind Divided the one?
Nope.
Okay.
Operencia: The Stolen Sun coming March 29th, a dungeon crawler RPG.
Okay.
But Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite
Ah.
coming April 1st. I almost bought that around Christmas.
Oh,
It was
well,
on sale.
there you go.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I just remember watching the beginning to that story mode.
Yeah.
and all I could think of was just, this is what a kid imagines when they're playing with their action figures in their backyard. That is that story.
I'll find out in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. And then we had a Nindies. What did they call it?
Nindies Direct.
What was their Nindies spring showcase? That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Cuphead coming to Switch.
Good start
Yeah, pretty good start.
to that whole thing.
Yeah. April 18th, game will be out on Switch. It is going to support Microsoft or Xbox Live integration with achievements, just not at launch. But that is coming.
And also with that, the Xbox version will also get an update that is optimizing the game
Interesting.
to like load faster or something.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's really good. Stranger Things 3, the game, we saw more of that. We already knew that was coming, but we got July 4th along with the
That released the same,
debut of the third season.
Mm-hmm.
Red Lantern.
I like that. I like the idea of that game.
Yeah. You get to lead a team of 5 sled dogs through Alaska.
Yeah, it's all like procedurally generated.
Yeah, it looked really good. Rad from Double Fine and Bandai, which is weird, but a 3D action roguelike set in the post-apocalypse.
And you have like mutant powers.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It's interesting.
I'm down with that. That was a
I'll
good
try it
surprise. Didn't expect to see a Double Fine game show up. So, Katana Zero coming to Switch April 18th.
Finally.
I know.
Been following that game for years.
Yeah. If you haven't seen that, it's like a neo-noir action platformer.
/ stress simulator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks cool.
Nuclear Throne out now, and Vlambeer's other Super Crate box coming in April.
That's cool.
2 Vlambeer joints.
I love when
coming
they
to Switch.
do,
And
shadow
then
drops.
they also announced Ultra Bugs. So they announced Vlambeer Arcade, a collection of bite-sized games with a growing catalog. Ultra Bugs will be the first game to show up there.
I like that.
That'll be out later this year. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I feel like you just pay for that once, and it just keeps adding stuff to it.
Yep. That other thing that he did, Rami Ismail, he's done this thing. It's a neat project that I don't remember the name of, but it's basically he's worked with indie game devs to make these bite-sized games.
Oh yeah.
The one a day.
The UFO.
Not UFO 50. That's the Derek Yu thing that's still coming out.
Okay.
This is their one. It's a website you can go to. I can't remember now. You have to look it up. But every day there's a new game to play, and if you don't beat it or finish it or play it, you don't get to play it again until next year on the same date. But he worked with a bunch of indie devs to make these kind of one-off mini things.
I remember.
Yeah.
Something.
It's cool. It just launched this year, January 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We covered it.
I think we did. Yeah. But that's cool. So now it seems like another version of that idea brought to life in Vlambeer Arcade in some way. My Friend Pedro coming as a system exclusive to Nintendo Switch in June.
So weird it's not PC.
I think it's still coming to PC, but
just console-wise.
Yeah, console just on Switch for now.
That game looks so fun.
Yeah, man. You and a banana. That's
so down.
I'm there. Creature in the Well. I don't remember this one.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Crap.
I'm clicking on it. Dun, 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 dun. It is loading.
Because I know out of that whole thing, there's maybe like 1 or 2. I was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe. But the rest, I was like, in.
I agree.
At least play it.
It's a pinball-inspired hack and slash dungeon crawler.
Yes, I like that one. I thought that was a really neat idea.
Yeah, kind of like Yoko, but not really.
It's like a Yoko Hyper Light kind of thing.
Another shadow drop, Blaster Master 02. Fucking cool.
$10.
I know. I almost bought it, but I'm so in Hollow Knight right now. I didn't want to like tempt myself to
I still have
away.
to beat the first Blaster Master 0.
So good.
I forgot how far I got.
Pine. You play as a young adult belonging to the last remaining tribe of humans on the island of Albemarle.
I can't remember.
Puzzle solving, secrets discovering. Bloodroots.
Yes.
This is Mr. Wolf, hellbent on finding his attacker and exacting revenge.
This is the closest thing to a modern Jackie Chan game you're going to get.
It looks cool as fuck.
You just move around and everything is a weapon.
Yeah.
It's just the way it uses the physics engine in that and everything. That looks like so much fun.
Is that out? It's out this summer. Overland. This looks really cool. It's from the creator of Cannabalt, which is that runner.
Yeah. I can't remember what it looked like.
This is a turn-based survival game, but it looks like you took State of Decay and put it into the breach-sized maps.
Was everything low poly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Had the dog in it.
Yeah, good boy. Darkwood, we talked about it a little bit earlier.
That's cool.
Survival horror game.
That's a
set
tough-ass
in
game.
East Central Europe in a forest possessed by unknown evil forces that corrupt all inhabitants of the woods. Coming out in May. It just looks fucking spooky and weird and rad.
Take it as more like a hardcore Don't Starve.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's tough.
All right.
I like
played it?
I had it on Steam.
Yeah.
Or I have it on Steam.
Yeah.
But from the little that I played, I wasn't used to all the controls yet and how everything works. But yeah, it's tough.
Fuck.
But like in a good way.
All right.
Yeah.
Neocab.
I like this.
You get to play as the last human driver on the neon-drenched streets of Los Ojos. This one seemed like more of a kind of like a Valhalla.
I was about to say, this sounds like
Yeah.
something that would be like in between. Like this is the person driving the people to that bar.
Mm-hmm. I gotta finish that.
Which
whenever that
Valhalla is
comes.
also coming to Switch, so that's what I'm waiting for.
I know. I wanted to go back to it, but it's on.
Because I was like, touchscreen.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I want.
Yep.
Swim Sanity.
This one I was like, it's okay.
Multiplayer underwater shooter. You got co-op. You got versus game modes, all local and online.
Yeah, that's like something I would probably lose my character while playing. Like I just get lost looking at everything.
Yeah, it looked like a lot. And then to close everything out, Cadence of Hyrule.
Oh my god.
Crypt of the Necrodancer, featuring The Legend of Zelda.
It crashed the stream.
Yeah, I mean, it was nuts.
As soon as that trailer was done, done.
Yeah, gone.
No goodbye. Thanks for watching. It was
So if you've never played Crypt of the Necrodancer, it is a top-down roguelike where your movement is based on rhythm that you move to the beat of a song.
yeah, so like there's a little thing at the bottom. You see the lines that go to a heart,
Right.
the heartbeat. So you move to the beat because I don't know the exact story, but I think your heart was stolen, and because like you fell into some ditch, and the Necrodancer is what revived you, and you're trying to get your heart back. I think.
That sounds right.
So yeah, you're moving to the beat and you're fighting and all that. So yeah, very neat. I didn't realize that the main character is Cadence. That is her name.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird little music
So when I saw
puns.
Canes of Hyrule, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
now I get it.
Yeah.
But man, that was so hyped.
Super surprised.
Because like, I'm at work and I'm just wearing headphones,
Yeah.
or watching like on my phone. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm just doing stuff on a computer, and I see that. I literally just put my hands on my head. I'm like,
I was watching it. I was like, that looks like. Hold on. This sounds like. What's it? This is really neat.
just hearing that music come in and then seeing, I was like, that looks like a Zelda. At first, I thought it was It'll Do. I thought it was two indie games collide. I'm like, all right, that's cute. That's neat. And I was like, no. Took
Pretty
it a step
neat.
further. Thank you,
The one
Nintendo.
neat thing about this is just a continuation of Nintendo lending its properties out. you
Yeah.
know, in a cool way.
And a big one.
Yeah, I mean, seeing
they're all
it
big,
with.
but-
Oh yeah, Mario was pretty big too. But
I
yeah,
mean,
Mario and Rabbids.
but that was with like another, like quote AAA, like
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
Ubisoft
it was
is
with a
right,
bigger company.
Right. This is an indie dev. This is a small team.
It really does show. I mean, the showcase, the whole thing should be enough that they care about their indie games.
Yeah, and there was
being on
a
Switch.
story that hit IGN this week, end of the week, where some folks at IGN interviewed a lot of people at GDC about the Switch,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them talked about how Switch is, if not the lead platform, and it immediately jumped to the top of the list of platforms to support because of the way that Nintendo's been catering to them, the way that the platform's so easy to develop for so many different reasons.
It's so versatile.
Yeah, and the fact that it's putting their games in the hands of way more players, because now it's not just something bound to, a lot of these games we just read through, it's like they've already been on Steam or are coming to Steam, and like, why not just play them anywhere? I mean, the Vita had the same thing back in its heyday. I mean, Guacamelee, perfect example of that, where like I played Guacamelee because it was on Vita, and the only reason I knew about Guacamelee was because one of the launch titles for Vita was Mutant Blob's Attack from Drinkbox Studios, and it was like $8 or something in the wake of all of those, or in contrast to all of the like $30-$40 games on Vita, which were fine, great, exciting,
right,
whatever, but having something that was like, I can just buy this and just fuck around. It was a nice break from everything else, and turned out to be really, really good. Like, I loved Mutant Blob's Attack, and then when Guacamelee came around, it was like, well, yeah, I'm gonna buy it on Vita because it's my indie machine, And Switch is kind of becoming that, which is cool.
Yeah, and like this just takes it a step further. Just it kind of puts it in concrete for letting an indie dev handle a Zelda property.
Yeah,
of all things. I think that's really cool. Because I think we all picture or like to imagine Nintendo properties being different and what path it would go down, and it's like, yeah, this makes more sense coming from an indie dev, because like if Nintendo did it, would we have the same reaction?
Like, what are you guys doing with Zelda? What the fuck?
Like, oh, this is the main game that we have to wait for now.
Right. Yeah, why aren't you making Breath of the Wild 2?
Yeah, something like that. And I could see it going well, but then not going well.
Yeah.
This one, I haven't seen one person like, what the fuck?
No, everyone's been, yeah.
I mean, again, crash the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's cool that it's coming out in a year where we're getting 2 Zelda games.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already hyped for Link's Awakening. It's nice to like, revisit that or whatever.
Yeah.
But this feels so fresh compared to that because it's a completely new game.
Yeah.
And it's never been done in this type of genre or style. And then also, like, playing a Zelda as well.
Yeah, you never get to do that.
Yeah,
unless you're playing Smash Brothers.
Hyrule Warriors was like the last one outside of Smash.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it's really neat. I hope they do more in the future with stuff like this.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, and also I don't want to neglect Starlink. That was another.
Yeah, I mean, Starlink, Rabbids.
Yeah.
They're all big.
I like that. I like this direction.
Me too. I don't need a lot of it. Like, I don't want to see one every month, but like just those little like cool, like, man.
Really neat.
What's the one? What's the?
What do you mean?
I don't know. What else? Because obviously we can't predict it. Because how the fuck we couldn't have predicted this? But
like, for example, like I like how Shovel Knight, they had Battletoads for PC and Microsoft, and then for PlayStation they had you fight Kratos.
Yeah, it was always weird they never doubled back, and
I was like, yeah, should have done like Fight Link or something.
Yeah.
For the DS version or Nintendo versions rather, but like I could see something like that happening in the future.
I wonder if maybe they were going to and then didn't because they're making a different game and it's got someone else in it. I don't know.
I have no idea. But like were you asking like what would you have seen Nintendo?
I don't know. Like we joked the other night after this happened, and we were like, "Fucking make Overcooked with what was it? Animal Crossing characters."
Yeah,
like,
or even Kirby.
Yeah, like fucking dumb, weird.
Oh man, it's just the mind. Just so many possibilities now.
Yeah, there was a really good mod of Spelunky that let you play through the whole thing as Samus and like set the whole world as that. I would fucking love.
Don't Starve had so many mods for skins where you could be Zelda characters if you wanted.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty neat. I could see Wargroove adapting some Fire Emblem stuff.
That'd be good.
Probably not much, but
character here, character there.
I mean, the game's already established. It's
The one weird thing though is like any of the indie games that have implemented Nintendo characters have all been,
but like
outside of their genre.
True, that's very true. Starlink's a little yeah and no.
Yeah, no, but kind of.
It's still a space shooter, but you're just mostly on the ground.
Yeah, fucking that game's Assassin's Creed. I'm telling you now. That's all it is. You just happen to be in a spaceship.
Yeah. Man.
I don't know. Let us know. You can email us, podcast@thefreecheese.com.
Hotline with Donkey Kong. Oh, wait, Ape Out. Enjoying that, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It's good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to do it for us. The Free Cheese episode 292. Go to thefreecheese.com. More Combo Breaker this week. What do we got Combo Breaker this week? We got...
I don't know how far ahead we are versus...
We are...
what
The
we-
one coming up this week is the one we just did. Did I already forget the fuck? What Darkstalkers. Jesus.
I was about to say it. I was like,
Yeah.
is it?
It's the one.
Okay.
So Darkstalkers will be out this week. More Overcooked later today. I think that's it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go to thefreecheese.com. The internet, Twitter. We're all on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at some Free Cheese. Marc is at _mental. Matt is at MattyIce131, and I am at the Free Cheese. Podcast@thefreecheese.com if you want to send us an email, ask us a question, leave us some feedback, etc. We'll be back next week with another episode. In the meantime, thanks Marc. Thanks Matt. You got to yell it because he's not here. Thanks listener for listening. We'll see you next time.